everybody. Well, I guess it's just validation to being one of the elite athletes in the U.S. and being able to be the top guy going in and beating Adam and all these guys. It's awesome. That's what I train for, is to be number one. I made no qualms about it. My goal coming in, many years ago was to be number one in the world, and to be at that level, it means that I've arrived. And as I'm going into World Championships and leading everything, hopefully it'll give me the comfort level to go there, relax, and just perform the same way I have all year long.
Who represents the New York Athletic Club and Nike. He's been ranked #1 in the world the last 2 years. Last year, he won the U.S. national title and the World Championship title, a best of 73, 7 1/4, Reese Hoffa. Reese Hoffa, the shot putter. And over hurdle number 8, it is Demas and Stoddard. Lucinda Demas. Lucinda Demas and company Ross Williams. Ross Williams on the inside, Stoddard, and in the middle of the track here it is Demas, and it is Lucinda Demas. 55-17 for Lucinda Demas. Siobhan Stoddard at 55.
I've been #1 in the world, 2 years in a row. Coming off that into an Olympic year where everyone now looks at me to being the guy to bring home the gold, and some of the expectations from doing more media things, and it seems like my opinion is valued a lot more in previous years, which is a bit unusual for me. And knowing now that in some ways I can carry a meet just by my presence, which usually wasn't the case, I definitely think that those are some big differences for me that I struggle with and trying to figure out what's the best for me, because there's a lot more opportunities out there for me this year than I've ever had in my entire career, and being able to balance that and still be able to go out there and put out a consistent product of great throws, that's pretty new.
There's a big throw, and that's going to be a leading mark here for Hoffa.
A lot more press, a lot more pressure put on you by, I guess, your country and your federations, USOC and USA Track and Field. I definitely think they put a lot of pressure on you to perform, because they look at what you've done, years before in terms of results in major competitions, and there's always that expectation that when you go into the Olympic Games that you should win because you've won in the past, so why not do it now?
Intentional foul for Nelson to bring out Hoffa now.
I think Reese is going to has the body type to stay relatively healthy and injury-free. His training scheme is not very crazy. I think it's reproducible well into his mid-30s. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's got a lot of experience now. So I really think when I look at his future, he's obviously coming into his own and at the top of his game right now. But I'd like to think that he could stay at this level for another, 4 to 6 years, which could carry him through, London, 2012. I don't see why it can't, because he doesn't have a high-risk training scheme, and he doesn't have a history of injuries. It's only really somewhat bad injury he's had or nagging problems been a lower back injury, and which really hasn't come into play very much because we've avoided doing the things that hurt it in the first place. So, we've learned from adversity. You look like you're a guitar player practicing your scales. It's you're really good. It's technically proficient. Yeah. But it's just everything's right. Yeah. But there's no fire, no imagination. Now it's just kind of like, okay, here, we'll play guitar now for 2 minutes. Just make some weird fucking sounds. And just let's see what comes out. Just get after it. See what magic you make. Maybe it'll be just shit, but maybe it'll be just something great will happen. So because right now everything's very regimented and regulated, and it's good, it's proper, but that's not greatness. Greatness is like on the brink of chaos, but on the right side of chaos, not on the bad side. Let's see, get your shot and say, look, this is what I throw for you. I'm just going to turn. I'm going to trust all the patterns you're going to hold, because they've been holding for the last 45 minutes here, and just get after it. Just see what it gives me.
That should be something good.
So I think the future looks very bright, and if he could have 4 to 6 more years at the level he's had the last couple years, that's just a phenomenal career. I mean, there'll be a lot of titles to be won and awards to be garnered if he can keep up at that level.
Reese Hoffa, a foul on the last throw, and he's going to be our winner at 69, 10 1/4. How about a hand for Reese Hoffa? The shot put, a 2-time NCAA champion of the discus at UCLA. It's John Godina.